What's up, football fans? Welcome to Tennessee High tonight here at the Stone Castle. Westridge has come across town to play the Tennessee High Vikings. Wolves, Vikings tonight here on Gridiron Game Day. Thanks for joining us on the Possum pregame show here. Thanks for joining us on YouTube or BTS Power 7. And so here we are in the Stone Castle. You can see the teams on the field warming up. I was looking at the wrong camera. That's why everybody was yelling at me.
Adjustments.
Adjustments. Yeah. Here we go. Adjust to here. We got a lot of stuff going on for you here tonight. We've got a burgeoning rivalry in the 4-year existence of this school. Yep. So what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, well, and, you know, this is kind of a cross-county, up the interstate kind of rivalry, but these teams are coming into this game from completely different perspectives. Tennessee High
for sure.
has had a really good season. You know, they had a couple of rough patches, but for the most part, they've been rolling. They're on a 4-game win streak right now. Westridge has really stumbled. They kind of looked good at the beginning, and then they've been really lackluster the past several weeks. But all that goes out the window tonight whenever you've got a non-region game, but you've got bragging rights for Sullivan County. Tennessee High already knocked off East earlier this year, and if they can sweep Westridge, then it'll be a clean sweep of the county like they did last year.
They'll be the BTS champions.
Absolutely.
So our BTS Bowl tonight from across the way. So this is the 4th year that they're going to play this rivalry. Now, in case you forgot, or maybe you didn't watch last year, or you just woke up out of a coma, whichever one applies to you, this is how it ended last year. All right, here we go. It's been a few years since we've had a kick to decide a game. The last one that we had was Crockett against Tennessee High in overtime, and Crockett hit that field goal. That was 5 years ago. Hutton up, and the refs say it is good. Let's take a look at it here. From the right hash, watch him give this thing a hook.
Yeah, that's the nerves coming through there, because he usually end over end splits the uprights. But
that's not a bad shot. Badger last year hitting the game winner to make this rivalry series 2-1.
Yeah, and it's been close pretty much every time these teams have played. And there's a lot of crossover. You know, a lot of these kids know each other. You know, we've got even George Leo, his kid plays and played for and went to Tennessee High. He's got kids in Bristol, Tennessee City schools, but he's got ties to Westridge too. But a lot of these players have grown up playing pee-wee ball with each other or against each other. They know each other, and it's kind of just a lot of bragging rights on the line for tonight.
All right, speaking about on the line, right down the line is Leslie. Leslie.
Thanks so much, guys. There is a lot going on at tonight's game. Tonight is Pink Out, so you should see a lot of pink across both stadiums. We're going to have a special presentation in pregame. We will also see a performance from the Westridge Band. As always, I have a lot of interviews down here on the sidelines. At halftime, we're going to be seeing the band from Tennessee High, a performance from the Vikettes, as well as hearing from our Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. So a lot going on at tonight's game. We hope that you will stick around. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube, and we will be right back after this.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Stone Castle for this episode of Gridiron Game Day. I'm currently down on the sidelines with 2 students here at Tennessee High School who are involved in a program called Communiversity. This is Molly Claire and Sophie, and they're going to tell us, what is Communiversity?
So Communiversity is basically where you go around the town and see all the different city works, and you're seeing how Bristol runs.
So it is a group of students from Tennessee High, or are there other students?
Just from Tennessee High in our group.
How many people are in your group?
Maybe like 12 right now, but last year I know it was bigger.
And what sessions have you been involved in so far?
So our first station, we went to the Slater Center and we got told what Communiversity is and the point, and we gave ideas on like how to make Bristol better. In our second session, we went to Steels Creek and we learned about our Parks and Rec. And then we also went to the fire department and we learned how all of that runs and how everything works.
What has been your favorite session so far?
I think my favorite session was going to the fire department. I had a lot of fun with that one.
And you all are going to be at BTES next month, and I'm not sure if you knew that or not, for Communiversity. So when they're at BTES, they're going to be learning a lot about economic development and really what it takes to make the town what it is and Bristol a good place to live, work, and play. So we look forward to seeing you at BTES at our office next month. Thank you all for taking a few moments and coming down here on the sidelines and telling us all about Communiversity, which is an excellent program for the students here at Tennessee High School. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm David Wampler. I'm franchisee for Jersey Mike's. We have stores in Bristol, Kingsport, Abingdon, Norton, and soon to have one in Gray, Tennessee. The store that we're in today is located on Volunteer Parkway. We opened this store in July of 2006. Jersey Mike's is a wonderful franchise to be a part of. They're always stressing giving back to the community. We rely on our partnership with BTES because of the high-speed internet that they provide. BTES has always been very responsive to our needs.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music. She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. 96.3, The Possum.
Welcome back here to the historic, newly renovated Tennessee High Stone Castle. Vikings taking on the Wolves tonight here with Mike Braddock, Leslie Blevins on the sidelines, and this fantastic BTS Power 7 crew. Thanks for joining us for Gridiron Game Day. We've got the West Ridge Band getting ready to take the field, and we've got, looking here at our aerial shot, our Smarter with Parker. And Danielle Parker sponsoring all of our aerial shots tonight. Got a lot of stuff getting ready to happen in this game. I think what we've got is a pretty fantastic game tonight, Mike.
Yeah, and I think, the records, you can kind of just throw them out coming into tonight. Westridge is big. They are talented. And anytime you go up against 6A competition, it's a grueling battle every single week. And, they haven't fared as well in the region as they had hoped. Tennessee High, on the other hand, they're riding a 4-game winning streak, but really they haven't been tested a whole lot during those 4 weeks. Tonight will be a huge litmus test for Tennessee High to see if they are prepared for what inevitably they sealed last week is a playoff game, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Okay, well, we got a chance to catch up with the coaches. Chris was able to get some sound bites for us, so let's hear that.
Yeah, that's a great part. This time of year, you're usually thinking regional playoffs, but it's kind of nice to have a little, out-of-conference game, especially one just right up the road with the route we've started to kind of create with Westridge. It was a great game last year, and hope to kind of do the same thing this year.
We always like going up to Stone Castle. It's so historic, and they've done some things to make it a little bit nicer and newer, and we're excited to see all that. I understand we're dressing back under the bleachers again, so it's going to feel like old times going in. We had a lot of rivalry games when I was at South there, and it's become a nice little game between us and between Westridge and Tennessee High. So, yeah, we're excited to go up there and get another one in. 2 games left. We know that playoffs, we're out of the playoffs right now based on things that have happened in the past, but your character truly shows through tough times, and our guys, I expect them to keep playing, have high character, our seniors have done a good job leading, even though they know. I mean, there's an expiration date on things now, so knowing that the end is coming, I think makes you value that time a little more.
It's just finished, and it's all about practice here. Practice gets us where we're at. We've practiced really good for the past 4 weeks. We've won 4 games. Hopefully we can keep that going and run off 6 in a row right at the end of the year, just like we did last year, and carry that momentum into the playoffs.
All right, thanks, coaches. Now taking the field is the Westridge Wolves marching band, so we're going to go ahead and check them out.
Stacy, Candace Mitchell, and Lawrence Rucker. This year's show is entitled The Girl in Red. Show design is by C.J. Barrow, Michael Miller, Shane Gwaltney, and Alec Lubin, featuring music by Billy Eilish. Solos are Katie Filler, Sydney Culhane, and Disney Ketron. The Westridge Band was recently awarded Grand Champion at the John Battle Invitational, placing first place out of 22 bands. Will Henson and Zach Sawyers. Is the Westridge Band ready? Westridge Band, you may begin your performance. Let's give the Westridge Band a big round of applause.
High school band performing their Little Red Riding Hood. All right, so before we get out here and get started, let's take a quick look at our 5A standings.
Yeah, we've alluded to some of this, some of the standings that's going on, and like we talked about on air last week when we were here at Tennessee High, that was a big region game for them. They ended up beating Cott County, and that puts them in the 3rd spot. Now, hosting a playoff game is probably going to be out of reach at this point because they lost to Sevier County and Morristown West, but they are clearly in the driver's seat, pretty much solidified their spot in the playoffs at this point, and all they can really do now is play the last 2 games.
And we're pretty sure they'll beat Boone at the end of the year.
Yeah. Like everybody has, unfortunately for them.
Poor Boone, they're having a tough year. We'll at least get to see Coach Steger. Let's take a quick look at our 6A standings as well, because we have another 6A school
and
in
Coach
the
Hilton.
house. Dobbins, Bennett, clearly, Science Hill, the powerhouse is in the air. The big game of the year is going to be the last game of the year. We're in week 9 right now. Oh, I'm sorry, we're in week 10. And so DB and Science Hill will be playing for the championship next week. As you can see, though, kind of as you fall down a little bit farther, Westridge is a little bit under the wire. Probably not going to make it at this point.
Right, yeah.
All right, I think we've got a few different things going on out here as well. They're going to do a presentation. It's Pink Out Night on both sides. So we'll get to see some of that going on. You can see our drone footage. Smarter with Parker.
If you have been affected by cancer, stand up to cancer. If you have someone in your family that has been affected by cancer, stand up to cancer for them. If you know someone who has been affected by cancer, stand up to cancer for them. Let's stand up to cancer for all those who can't. Let's stand up to cancer. Let's share our stories, raise our voices, and together we can make a difference. Because while cancer may challenge us, it will never define us. Let's stand for every life, every moment, every dream. Together, we stand up to cancer. Thank you so much.
All right, so stand up to cancer. Mike tells me reliably that this is something they do in Major League Baseball all the time.
Yeah, and typically you are standing up to cancer or making a stand for those that have gone through or battled cancer. And I think pretty much every single one of us at least knows someone that has battled cancer, and that's what the whole Pink Out Night is for. It's for breast cancer awareness, but also tonight it's for just cancer awareness overall as we try to find whatever treatments or cure possible for this terrible disease.
All right, so we've taken a look at our 5A standings and our 6A standings. Let's take a quick look at our key players for tonight's game.
And because we've got some inter-BTES area action, we're going to look at 2 different players for each team. Number 14 for Westridge, this is Dylan Bannon. He is a big, tall receiver, but also plays a great safety, and he is going to be crucial for Westridge on both sides of the ball. looking for him to make some really big targets, but also to come up and help run support. And Trent Tatum, big 75, O-line, D-line. He's transitioned to tight end this year, but he's primarily a blocking tight end, but he'll also leak out into some of those different.
He had 2 scores against Lakeway.
Yeah, he had 2 scores against Lakeway. He'll leak out, especially in the red zone area. He's hard to guard. I mean, he's a big guy, a tall guy. If you need to find where he is, you just look at where they are standing, and the blue hump in the middle of all of them that's Trent Tatum.
So who do we got for Tennessee High?
Well, we've got number 1, Elijah Plumbar. He has had a great year so far, really coming into his own just as a sophomore, but he's already got 670 yards rushing on the season. He had 117 yards last week against Scott County, and he is also dangerous in the receiving game, as he's got 130 yards and a receiving touchdown on the team as well. And he is a phenomenal quick cutback, and he's one of those elusive backs, which complements the running game of Trent Dowdell. And our second player is number 44, Preston Fegans. He is a menace on defense, special teams, you name it. If he's on the field, you're going to see his number wherever the football is. He loves to rally to the football. He is just a hard-nosed, tough player, and Fegans is going to be crucial to controlling this game for Tennessee High. And the Westridge is going to try to establish themselves in the trenches. They've got to get that running game going to open up that passing game. Fegans is going to be one of those guys that's going to try to stop them.
Fegans and Plumbar last week were the keys to the win, even though they were rotating quarterbacks out, and a lot of other people had a lot of contributions, but the 2 of them came up clutch several times over and really was the reason why they eventually pulled away last week when we got a chance to watch them. Now we've got the Tennessee High band lining up on the sideline. They're about to go out here. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. So stick around for some more Gridiron Game Day here on the Possum Pregame Show. We'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Ross Live, coming to you with the Fiber Gaming Network news for the month of November. Our featured games this month include Fortnite, Super Smash Bros., Rocket League, and more, while our weekend tournaments continue with Fortnite on the 2nd and 3rd, Rocket League on the 9th and 10th, and Smash Ultimate on the 16th and 17th. Our Minecraft Community Nights continue this month on Tuesday night, while our Thursday Community Nights are Throne and Liberty on the 7th, Party Animals on the 14th, and a Mystery Game Night on the 21st. For more information and full calendar events, go to fibergamingnetwork.com. Thanks so much, and see you in November.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music. She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. 96.3, The Possum.
Welcome back to the Possum Pregame Show here at Tennessee High tonight in the Stone Castle. Westridge Wolves have traveled across town here so that we can continue this burgeoning rivalry that we have going on. We have Tennessee High's band, as you can see there, lined up in what would normally be the players area, the white stripe there directly near the bottom of your screen. They're going to be the ones going out on the field to perform here in just a moment. And we have the cheerleaders lined up in the end zone, which seems a little premature for the other team, but I guess they're just going to come out here and form the T. Is that right? Michael, this is TV, Mike. You got to do more.
I believe it is correct.
Can't just nod.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. I suppose that's always an option. And then we've got the Tennessee High Tunnel on the other side. So they're not performing right now. They're just going out to do the pregame activities. We just talked to the ROTC guys down on the sideline as well. They were getting ready to get out to present the colors. And so we're just waiting on the teams at this point. So big game. So last year we had the last second field goal for the win. And then Brolio this year has had some pretty good field goals of his own.
Yeah, and it would not surprise me if it comes down to being a close game. Some people that know about the local football and things like that, they predict that Tennessee High is most likely going to win this one. But again, when these two teams have played, we've noticed that you just kind of toss everything out. You toss the records out. You toss any advantage out. Tennessee High has a little bit of an advantage with the home field advantage, but at the same time, Westridge fans are starting to fill in that visitor side, and this is going to be a close game. I
think it's going to be
my mind from earlier.
Oh, you're changing your mind from earlier?
It's going to be closer than a lot of people think, including myself.
So what is your prediction for the evening then?
I don't want to upset any of our viewing audience, so I'll keep my predictions to myself.
Oh, I smell chicken feathers.
I think it's going to be a close game.
I smell chicken feathers. So there's the teams, as you can see, Westridge is still filing in the same stadium, slowly filling up on both sides. And you can see we've got, I too think it's going to be a close game, and I think that this game, everybody always says that the games are won and lost in the trenches. I think this game will be won and lost in the secondary.
Yeah, and honestly, I really think Westridge has not played up to their ability for 6 weeks. It's been really lackluster, and they just have not put everything together. But if they do that tonight, Tennessee High is going to have their hands full.
Danielle Parker is our drone sponsor. Thanks, Danielle Parker, with Holston Realty for sponsoring the drone shots at Tennessee High tonight. If you're looking for a new place to move in this area, move smarter with Parker. We're a little bit ahead of schedule here inside the stadium. We're just waiting on the teams to come out. And here we go. Here goes Tennessee High.
High always does a good job of the power tee. They kind of take a lot from the University of Tennessee, playing Rocky Top to start things off. And I mean, after what Tennessee did to Alabama this past Saturday, I don't mind hearing Rocky Top as many times as anybody will play it.
You know, you and I have a mutual friend in Nashville who said that was Vanderbilt's sloppy seconds that they would clean. I'm just reporting the news. That's all I'm saying.
It's our tradition here in the castle that prior to the singing of the national anthem by the Tennessee High School Choir, we ask that you rise and remain motionless while we pay tribute to the United States of America. Recognizing that this game is an extension of the classroom learning environment, we will begin our tribute with a moment of silence. As we begin, please remember all the brave men and women serving in our armed forces around the world, and let us remain ever vigilant against the threats to our great nation. Let us also remember our local law enforcement, emergency personnel, and other citizens as they work together to protect and promote our freedoms in this community. And as we practice and exercise our freedoms, let us think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. Let us now proudly display the red, white, and blue. Let us as a nation be resolved that America will always remain one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, please join now in a moment of silence. Now, if you would please focus on the American flag as it is presented on the field by the Tennessee High School Junior ROTC Cadet Corps, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, another great performance by the Tennessee High Choir. As you can see, everybody moving around on the field so that the respective teams can come out. We have the cheerleaders from Westridge lined up in the north end zone, which would be on your screen right. And then on the left here comes Westridge out. And then on the left, you could see the Viking Keep and the tunnel, as that's where the Vikings will be coming out of momentarily. And they are out, and some of them are currently in the tunnel, as you can see.
And though this is a non-region game, no playoff stakes really on the line as far as region opponents go, Tennessee High, it could possibly help them to have their overall record increase by a win. That could pretty much all but solidify that third playoff spot for them. So there's a lot on the line tonight for Tennessee High. Westridge wants to try to salvage some of this season and have a good showing in front of these fans tonight as well.
And number 75, Trent Tatum, and number 56.
Here come the Westridge Wolves.
Welcome to the field.
So the captains are coming out to the field, even though I guess the refs want them out on the field.
Everything's early tonight.
Yeah, so everybody's, I don't know if these refs got somewhere to be.
Yeah, number 3, Trey Frazier, number 45, Sam Perry, number 56, Brady Osborne, and number 75, Trent Tatum for Westridge.
Ryan Mullins, number 52 for Tennessee High, number 74, Isaiah Trinkle, and number 42, Grayson Swaggerty as the captains for Tennessee High. All right, so Westridge has won the coin toss. and elected to receive. Here come the Tennessee High Vikings. Welcome to Gridiron Game Day proper here at Tennessee High School tonight at the newly renovated historic Stone Castle as the Tennessee High Vikings take on the Wolves from Westridge. Mike made a good point earlier. They should have been called the Jets, but I digress. Mike said that one, not me. So we're getting ready to see here as the band marches off the field. Tennessee High is going to kick off. There's Coach Hilton, who had a season that probably didn't quite live up to his expectations. Of course, he is in a very, very tough conference when you got Science Hill and Dobbins Bennett. We ought to just throw Greenville and Elizabeth, and they can make their own super conference. And then for seemingly no reason, Mo West had a good season out of nowhere. Like they were, kind of basement dwellers for a long time, but now they're up and they're at the top of the conference right now.
Oh yeah, no, they're doing. They've played really well this year, and Tennessee High has had their hands full in the conference. They've dropped games too. Sevier County is great this year. They are phenomenal.
This is going to be their season of the decade for them with the way they're playing right now. There's Coach Holt on the sideline right now as Tennessee High comes out to kick off. Normally handling kickoff duties is number 81, Noah Brolio. He happens to be wearing the number of Thatcher, who kicked the game-winning field goal last time. I'm not calling anything. I'm just pointing out a little detail. I'm just saying. He's wearing the same number of the guy who kicked the game winner in the closing moments. Number 10, Caleb Mabb, back to receive. And here we go. Thanks for everybody who's joining us on YouTube tonight. This ball goes out of bounds. I'm not saying maybe they watched one of the games where I said, but it's coming that close to the sideline.
I was getting ready to say, that's something that we've talked about for the last few games
3 or 4 weeks in a row. All right, Larry Hutchinson is the white hat tonight. We've seen him many times before. He's one of the better refs in the area. He's not Mike Gantz, but he does pretty good for us. So we'll get a chance to see the Westridge offense come out and see if the Tennessee High defense has an answer for what they have. Trey Frazier in at quarterback. That's number 3. We got a flag down on the field.
Offense, 12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty.
Start the first series, but that's all right. Get it out of the way early, right?
Yeah, we'll just go with that. You already kind of gained ground from a touchback starting out on the 35-yard line. It's 1st and 15 now, though.
Yeah,
but
if it was still 1st and 10 from the 30, maybe.
Yeah, so you see Trey Frazier here, too. He's had a pretty solid season. I mean, he's got 1,100 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So take a look at that. Tennessee High was able to turn over Cott County a few times last week.
Spread formation, Frazier back, hits Bannon in the hands, and it bounces out of bounds. Not quite able to hang on to it, but Plumbar, those are 2 of the players we picked, Mike.
How about that?
Was right there had he caught that. Probably better that he didn't. So you can see Trey Frazier, Ethan Amex, Dylan Bannon, Caleb Mabb, Dayton Brown, and Jackson Price round out all the skill positions. Ethan Iacino, Cal Tatum, Trent Tatum, Brady Osborne, and Morgan Thornton are on the offensive line. Starters for Westridge.
And it looks like maybe a equipment or some sort of issue with Amex there, so he'll have to come off and get that adjusted. Number 45, Sam Perry coming on. And Sam Perry's a little more of a power back. It's kind of like Dowdell and Plumbar for Tennessee High is Perry and Amex. But Perry, a pretty good runner in his own right as well.
All right, so nobody charged with time for that. They just swapped out players. More than likely an equipment issue. Mack in motion. Handoff inside to Perry, out across the 30. That ball looked like it was about to come loose there for a second. Gain of 1 makes it 3rd and 14.
You see our Sunbelt Rentals Tennessee High defense here. They are going to be busy up front, but also they're going to get a little bit more action this week in the defensive back position than they did against Cobb County. Westridge likes to throw the ball. Trey Frazier has a great arm.
Out of the nickel coverage, bad snap. Frazier able to recover, looking downfield, and he got a guy, but it took a 1 hop to get to him, to Map, so that's going to bring up 4th down. And one of our players to watch, Bannon, out to kick this one. Beautiful drone shots here again. Danielle Parker sponsoring all of our drone shots for tonight. Thanks to our friends at Sunbelt Rentals, who always sponsor our starting lineups. We'll get to see from them again once the side switch. Bannon back to punt. Low snap. High kick. Driving kick. Fair caught down around the 35-yard line. I thought they would give it to him on the 34, but they gave him the forward momentum on that. Not quite able to kind of got himself out of position there a little bit was Riley Price. Now we'll get a chance to see the Tennessee High offense. Turner Elliott.
And it's no secret for anybody that's watched any game film against Tennessee High School, they run the football. They are a running team. More than anything, you're going to have to control the running game.
Reverse wishbone, no less. Straight ahead is Dowdell out across the 40, down to about the 43-yard line, where that's going to make it 2nd and a long 2. Tennessee High offense on our Sunbelt Rentals. We saw Turner Elliott there starting and Trent Dowdell on the runs. We talked about Preston Fegans early. Riley Price, Barron Harkleroad, Landon Graham round out the skill position. Mason Campbell, Micah Norton, Isaiah Trinkle, Noah Johnson, and Kai Allison for our offensive line as everybody has come to the sideline for a timeout.
Yeah, I didn't see the signal of that. The Hutchinson's talking to Hilton over there, trying to.
It might have been an official's timeout.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody call a timeout. No timeout was signaled.
And both teams. So let's take a quick look at our defense too on our Sunbelt Rentals placard here. Caden Coates, Dylan Bannon, Isaac McGee. Okay, so timeout charged against the Wolves. Dayton Brown, Nathan Arnold, Gabe Music, Sam Perry, Hayden Music, Ethan Iacino, Tanner Mims, and Caden Duke. Their secondary here and their linebacking core probably is where their strength is. So against a running team, those guys in the linebacking core are going to have a full night tonight.
Yeah, and even if you stack 8 guys in the box, 9 guys in the box, Tennessee High is going to make you stop the run. They're going to run and run and run. And then occasionally you'll see some of these receivers leak out, and that's where they can pick up those big first downs. Not a whole lot of yardage, but crucial plays.
Into the line stack there is Dowdell, makes the corner out across the 50 and the 45, and is slung down, almost helicoptered down. The coaches are pointing, so they're saying that there's might have been some sort of face mask or something going on there.
Yeah, let's take a look as the toss left to Dowdell. Dowdell picked up his 1,000th yard last week against Cobb County, and I think he just had the front of his jersey.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he had all of his mask at all.
But it kind of looks, you'll see the little extra shove. I think that's what the coaches were saying is, there's that little extra shove, and this is a rivalry. Don't be mistaken.
Under center again is Turner, who hands it off to Dowdell, who is met in the backfield by number 55 for the Wolves, and that's Nathan Arnold. Great hit, great penetration there.
Yeah, Nathan Arnold coming in hot there. Sam Perry, number 45, too. You see that gap sound defense that Westridge is known for, and then you see Perry and then number 50, Ethan Iacino, coming in there to clean it up. And that's what Westridge is going to have to do. They're going to have to fill the gaps and step up to stop these ball carriers. Because you see the offensive line did a great job of opening a hole, but Westridge filled it.
Toss to Plumbar. Plumbar to the 40. And he stopped around the 39-yard line. That's a pretty good gain of about 5 to bring up 3rd down. Good job by the defense stringing him out a little bit, but he's so fast and shifty, you can see him squeeze through the defense here.
Yeah, Plumbar and Dowdell both were over 100 yards last week, and they're looking to establish that dominance. Plumbar, the incumbent runner for Tennessee High, again, just a sophomore. He has been a huge next man up guy for Tennessee High this year, and has had great success.
3rd and 5. Back to Turner, who's going to keep it. Elliott out to the 20-yard line, still dancing, still prancing, all the way down to the 15, which is going to be enough for a 1st down and a run of about 20 yards there.
We know Elliott's not afraid to run the ball. He's not necessarily known for those big chunk yard plays, but he's also not afraid to stick his nose into contact. He is a big guy. He is a thick running quarterback and shows off a little bit of his razzle-dazzle elusiveness on that play.
Hand off to Dowdell this time. Off tackle, into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. You can see he tried to take it inside, but there wasn't much doing in there as the linebacker started filling in.
Yeah, not much at all, and he drags a couple of Wolves with him on his way into the end zone. And if you could sum up the season of both of these teams, this is what it's looked like. Westridge, their first offensive possession, sputtered, bad snap, all that stuff. Tennessee High just waltzes down the field and into the end zone with their running game.
Elliott on the field a little bit late. Ran to the sideline, forgot he's on the extra point team. Brolio up and against the keep. You could see it bounces back. Good run by Dowdell there. 14-yard run into the end zone. We'll be right back here with some more Gridiron Game Day.
Did you know that United Southeast Federal Credit Union has loans for all kinds of things, like a house, a new car, or even a big old camper? They can help make it happen. If you want to go on vacation, like to a baseball game, USFCU is here to help. You can apply for loans online or in person, whether it's for something big or something small, like your first used car, which I'll need soon. I wonder if they can help me buy a baseball team. Hey Siri, remind me to ask Mom.
All right, back here at the Stone Castle. Long sustained drive there from about the 35-yard line in Viking territory all the way into Wolf territory and all the way into the end zone. Arrington with the kickoff and returned out to about the 38-yard line. Mack on the return. So this ball is going to be spotted on about the 37-yard line, where the Wolves will want a chance to come back out and redeem that first offensive series performance.
Yeah, Westridge is going to need to respond here this drive. They did nothing except go backwards the last drive, so they've got to put something together.
Reverse and bad blocking by the quarterback. Quarterback forgot he was supposed to block. Number 12, Khalil Honecker. Watch right here. Little shovel pass to Amex. Pitch back. And he was sitting there waiting on Mab.
And Honecker was a terror against Scott County last week. He is their lead tackler, and he picked up a couple of sacks last week. He had 10 different tackles last week, and he is an amazing defensive lineman.
Just told that number 0 is Jackson Price, not Mack. by one of the guys from Westridge. Bannon on the reception there. That's going to make it 3rd and about 13, maybe a long 12 here. You can see that ball's in the air for a long time as he tries to get a hitch route. And the problem with the ball being in the air that long is the defense has time to make up the space here. 3 receivers to the top of your screen there. Frazier looking for a screen. Wide receiver kind of square in screen, trying to get behind the offensive lineman. And the Tennessee High Vikings sniffed that one out all the way.
And number 5, Cooper Booher, was right in Frazier's face. Watch him just come untouched through the line. And before Frazier can even go through his progressions, he's got a guy in his face. So he has to get rid of that ball much sooner than he wanted to. That intended route is for Brown to come across that block and get the wide open space on the right side.
Bannon with another deep driving kick, pushing the receiver back. Luckily, Fair caught it. He's going to fair catch it just on the other side of the 25-yard line, where we'll get the chance to see the Viking offense again. Elliott coming out at quarterback again. Normally, they kind of switch on and off. Number 18, Richardson, who's on the field right now, who will sometimes go to the slot receiver positions, or sometimes Elliott will go to the running back, and they switch back and forth quite a bit. And it's proved very successful for him this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks, too. Elliott can throw the ball. He doesn't do it often, but he has that ability to. He's got 156 passing yards on the season with 2 touchdowns, predominantly in some shorter yardage situations, though.
Wishbone again. A little bit of a rough handoff, but finally handed off to Dowdell, who's out just across the 30-yard line, gain of about 5. That'll bring up 2nd down for the Vikings.
You can see that was kind of a snap that almost it caught Elliott. Elliott didn't catch that snap.
He looked like he was surprised. Like, first of all, where you have your hands, that's where the ball's going there. I don't know. Anyway, wishbone formation again, and a hard count's got them jumping off sides. That's probably going to be pretty close for another Viking 1st down.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense number 75, 5-yard penalty, 2nd.
All right. 1st down. Yeah.
Yeah, just enough for a 1st down, and that's what Tennessee High's running game can do, and that's what their offensive line can do. Their offensive line is so good that you've got to get a good burst off the line if you're going to affect that play, and they'll catch those opponents' defensive lines in an over-aggressive.
Pitch out to Dowdell, who tries to cut up, but he's met in the backfield by several Wolves. Number 45 being the first one that was there, and that's Sam Perry.
Sam Perry does a great job. He is one of the best tacklers on this team, even from his backside. Number 77, Caden Duke, coming in there also to trip up Dowdell, but Perry affects plays. He is a hard-nosed defensive linebacker that just throws his body around wherever he can.
2nd and 11 for the Vikings. The play clock's not running, though. I guess maybe because he hadn't whistled it in. All right. Into the line stack again there, you can see, for the Vikings, 2nd and 11. Hand off to Plumbar, who's straight ahead across the 40, deep into Wolf territory, or at least defensively that time.
And that's the explosiveness of Plumbar. He just hits that hole, and it's with a full head of steam. He goes from 0 to 60 in about a half a yard is when he reaches his full explosive speed, and that's exactly what he's got. He has got speed for days. But number 55 there, Nathan Arnold, doing a great job of stopping Plumbar, but not before he picked up 6 or 7.
Same formation again, into the line stack. Guys in motion, moving around. Elliott in the backfield, got a flag on the play.
I think that's on Westridge again.
Prior to the snap, false start, 55.
Somebody moved just a little bit too soon.
5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Down remains 3rd down.
All right, so now it's going to make it 3rd and about 8. closer to 9. Westridge getting a little bit of life here after that one.
Yeah, 3rd and 9, obviously much more manageable on a defensive standpoint than 3rd and 4. And Westridge has got to get off the field right here. They've got to come up with a big stop, get an answer, get the ball back, and put something together. But Coach Holt's going to talk about it first.
Coach wants to talk about it for just a second here, too. There's a little bit too much. Even though we're really early in the game, there's a little bit at stake here. So that's each team has taken a timeout here in the first quarter. All right, so coming up at halftime, we'll watch performances from the Mighty Viking Band, the Vikettes dance team, and hear from our Burt Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. See our volleyball recognition.
Yeah, they had a great year. We'll find out a little bit more about that at halftime. But Tennessee High had a pretty good fall sports season, too. Their volleyball team did really well. Their girls soccer team did really well, as also qualified for state. And yeah, they've got some athletes here. They've got a pretty good boon of athleticism for the next couple of years.
All right, so the Wolves back out on the field. Vikings taking the field again. Elliott still in at quarterback. But it looks like they're going to spread the formation out just a little bit more this time. More of a wing T type formation. Reverse. Great block in the backfield. Looking for some room to run is Harkleroad, who is down to the 50-yard line. Rolled up by a couple Wolves. And that's enough for a Viking first down. That was a great shovel pass, toss to a reverse. And good blocking. And a flag on the play.
After the play was over, dead ball, personal foul, 28 defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right. Let's take a look at it here.
Yeah, pitch to Riley Price, and then gets Harkleroad coming on the way back. And good blocking. You see Elliott does a great job of following the play, blocking. And that last little spin right there by Harkleroad is what afforded him that first down. He was close to the sticks, but he made it without a doubt with that last move.
So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Elliott, flare pass out of the backfield. That ball was behind him. That's a live, that should be a live ball, but they're calling that incomplete because that ball did not travel forward.
Yeah, that's a hard judgment call there too, especially whenever the line judge is at the line of scrimmage. He's not right down the line where the pass is occurring. So it can be difficult to kind of see if it's a little bit
The only reason we
forward,
can see is
a
because
little
we're
bit
above
behind.
it up here.
Check this out.
You see, because he has to reach behind himself to go get it.
Yeah, it's parallel at best.
Yeah,
and
incomplete
backwards.
either way. Handoff inside to Dowdell as he bangs ahead. Down near the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Looks like they're going to spot him on the 29. Plumbar enters the game. Looking to the sideline here. They're going to have to try to get some more of these other guys involved in this offense. The Wolves are doing a good job containing them at this point.
Yeah, we haven't seen those big, huge chunk yardage plays yet, but Tennessee High just methodically wearing down the clock, wearing down their the defense, and moving the ball, which is what they've done all season.
Elliott handoff to Plumbar. Plumbar still on his feet, out across the 20 as he kind of stiff-legged his way through the defense. That's going to be enough for a first down. They're going to spot him on the 19.
Gabe Music comes up with a big tackle right here. It's possibly a touchdown-saving tackle. You see he gets wiped out from the play at first, and then Plumbar gets tripped up, but he's about to get back on his feet. So you see number 28 there, Caden Coates, and number 24, Gabe Music. They both come up with that stop. I think if he gets past them, he's probably off to the races and gone.
He's in the end zone on that. Dowdell back in the backfield. Egan's in at wing back. Elliott, handoff, Dowdell across the 20, 15, 10, flag down, and out of bounds goes Dowdell, and they're going to spot him around the 4-yard line, maybe even on the 5.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what this penalty call is.
Sorry, folks, you bumped my chair. I'm sure you were running like, what's all that noise up there? Or you may not have been wondering anything else. So either way.
Holding offense, number 10. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Down remains first down.
From the spot of the foul, they're going to push him back. Let's see where they push him back to. It's like,
yeah, it's called on number 10, but number 10 was the ball carrier.
Yeah,
so it's
59,
not number 10.
You can see he's got a little bit of jersey. And
yeah, I think it was called on Price there, 17 on the outside edge. Because that's right about where the spot was, and it backs him up 10 yards from that point.
22-yard line. Elliott tried a hard count. Didn't quite work. Handoff inside to Dowdell, who goes straight ahead. Back across the 15. Back down to the 12. It's like, didn't I just do this a second ago?
Yeah, that time it was a little more difficult, though, because he had about 4 or 5 guys to blast through on his way. And Dowdell does such a good job of just squaring up his shoulders, putting his shoulder pads square, putting his chest up. You see when he gets to the contact, though, then he puts his momentum forward and just drives those legs, and picks up an extra 3 yards as a result of that.
United Southeast Federal Credit Union on all of our replays this season. Handoff to Plumbar. Plumbar cutting around on the left side, looking for a way to cut through some Wolves, and gets brought down around the 5-yard line. That almost looked like a clothesline the way his feet came up there.
Yeah, he tried to squeeze in the gap that quickly closed, but you see Plumbar, he does a great job of getting this edge and just makes one guy just stutter step just a little bit, and that gives Plumbar enough room to pick up that first down, and then he gets kind of wiped out there by a couple of Wolves.
First down from the 6-yard line. Great downfield blocking from Price on that play as well. Wishbone formation again. Plumbar still in the game. Elliott under center. Pitch to Plumbar, who is hit in the backfield and brought down finally around the 10-yard line. That's number 43 for the Wolves.
That's Hayden Music, does a great job there of meeting Plumbar, like you said, in the backfield. Just a quick little pitch up to Plumbar. He tries to find that left side, but Music did a great job of getting off of his block and staying in there, and nothing foul about that. He was playing until the whistle sounded. Music, just a sophomore, bright spot in the future of this Wolves team.
Second and goal from the 9-yard line. Pitch again to Plumbar, who cuts inside his block this time and is racing for the pylon. Looks like he squeezed it in for a touchdown, Vikings. Vikings methodically marching their way downfield.
Those are the type of runs that you show film on in the offseason. He kind of fights through an arm tackle and then goes for the edge, gets a little stiff arm, and just will not be denied. Gets his momentum going forward and punches it in for 6.
Kick is good by Brolio. It's going to make it 14-0 Vikings as we're winding down here in the first quarter. All right, we'll be right back here for some more Gridiron Game Day right after this.
Energy. There's more to it than keeping the lights on, because we're served by public power, owned by the people who live here, and charged with one purpose: helping our communities thrive. Together, we support what matters to us, like more job opportunities, protected lands, and local education. You see, it's about more than power. It's about how we use our energy for a better tomorrow. That's community energy.
14-0 right now. The Tennessee High Vikings leading over the West Ridge Wolves. Both of them your teams as we're in the BTES Bowl. Line drive, straight kick, bouncing over the head and into the end zone. That's going to be Brolio on that kick.
Now, if he can learn how to take about 7 yards off of that kick, that is going to be
been a perfect
amazing, because it hops right over the
yeah.
second level of receivers, and it would have just landed right there on the 1 yard line.
Westridge offense coming back out on the field. Trey Frazier. Handoff inside. Met immediately as Amex in the backfield. Loss of about 4 on that play.
That's number 13, Colson Maddox, in there on the tackle. You see he knifes right through from the left defensive side. Meets him basically right at the handoff. Maddox could have almost taken that handoff from Frazier and just gone straight to the house.
He did kind of hold it out there for a little bit as if he were broadcasting what the play was going to be. Frazier's going to keep this one. He's going to try to make the corner and brought down at the line of scrimmage, which is going to bring up 3rd down, and that's the end of the first quarter, which means Leslie's got somebody on the sideline. Leslie?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Kelly Vance, who is with Viking Academy. So let's talk about the intentions of Viking Academy.
Sure. Viking Academy was set up as an innovative high school to do some things a little bit differently. So for those students who struggle in a brick and mortar setting, we are there to kind of provide an alternative to that. Students can get some different opportunities with CTE and work-based learning, and it's kind of an additional opportunity to get caught up in some credits if they've gotten behind.
And you all have added some things over the years, because this is what, maybe the fourth year. Look at me knowing my stuff. So 4th year here at Viking Academy. So you all continue to add things, and you've added some new things this year.
Yeah, this year we have added a business communications class, and that will continue next semester. Students will be able to earn TCAT credit for the next progression in that. We also have JAG, which is Jobs for Tennessee Graduates, and that is a great program also, getting students ready from the time they're sophomores into their senior year and when they transition into work-based learning and getting jobs in the real world.
And you all have expanded your business partnerships, and you've also added a new faculty member.
We are the envy of pretty much everybody around. Our newest faculty member is Jingle, and Jingle is a golden doodle who will be our therapy dog, who will be at Viking Academy full-time after she graduates from puppy training.
And we had a great interview with Jingle last week, so loved having her. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking about Viking Academy. What a great program for the students here at Tennessee High School. I want to send it to the guys.
Thank you, Leslie. Looks like we got a timeout on the field, and judging by the coaching staff over here, believe that maybe they were taking a little bit too long to.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sorry, timeout by Westridge.
Yeah.
Tennessee High.
And it's a 3rd and long, and Westridge has had nothing going for them on offense. And it's just been a war of attrition for them over the last several weeks. They started out hot. They were 2-0 on the season, and then for the last 5 games, they've won one of those games, but even their win against Lakeway was a pretty lackluster performance offensively, and they just have not been able to get on the same page. Frazier has the stats that would show that they have potential for this season, but a lot of those yards were picked up in those first 2 games on the season.
All right, Frazier back to pass, looking downfield. He's got a guy open, hits him at the 35-yard line, still on his feet. Pushed back just a little bit, lost about a yard on forward momentum. But Ethan Amex on the reception there, really moving his guys. This is the kind of thing they need. They need a couple huge chunk plays. They're only down by 2 touchdowns, and we're still well within the first. We're just in the second quarter here.
Right.
Just barely. So there's an opportunity for Westridge to get back in this game, but they're going to have to come up with some pretty big splash plays on offense, and then they're going to have to come up with some answers for the running game from Tennessee High. You can see this wide open field here. Good look downfield, strong arm from Frazier. Hits Amex right in the 1. Trips to the top again. Frazier on the keeper with the run pass option. And he's going to take off down the sideline where he's brought out around the 32-yard line, I believe is where They brought him down. That's right, 32-yard line. And that's what, on the RPO, the run-pass option, like we talk about, he's looking to see what's happening there. He sees number 12.
Yeah, because if he hands that ball off, that's a loss of 3 right there immediately. And you could even hear the crowd reaction of, oh, whenever he got hit in the middle. But Frazier able to keep it and roll left.
Hand off to Amex inside. He's out to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of about 3.
Frazier is a very good runner as well. He is quick. He's got those long strides. He's a big, tall guy, and he knows how to read a defense. That's the thing, is there's no one thing that you can really say. You can't just put anything on Frazier's shoulders or any one spot. It's just kind of been a collective of the season of a little bit of a letdown, but a little bit of progress here would go a long way for Westridge.
Frazier throwing the crossing route just a little bit high, although one might be able to call pass interference there on the defense. Price, because it looked like he had his hand on his back most of that route. It almost looked like when he had to go to his second option, like he wasn't quite ready to do that yet, because there was a little bit of hesitation getting rid of the ball.
Right. Tennessee High's done a great job, though, of getting pressure up front, too. Frazier's not been able to get comfortable.
Yes.
And same thing happened with Cobb County. Same thing happened with Gate City and Abingdon. And the defensive line for Tennessee High is strong and quick.
3rd and 9. Looking downfield is Frazier. He's got a little bit of room to run. He's going to try to beat Elliott to the corner, and does. Gets pushed out of bounds right around the 20, and that's going to be enough for a Westridge first down.
And then some, as you saw that late hit out of bounds on Frazier. And this is what Frazier can do whenever he has the time back there, to be able to go through his progressions, to be able to have the opportunity to tuck it and run. Whenever he's not pressured constantly, he makes some really good decisions. Coach Holt not pleased at all.
Looks like
with
he's about
this
to have
flag.
kittens on the sideline.
After the play was over, dead ball foul, personal foul, defense, number 44. Half the distance, ball will be placed at the 10-yard line.
1st and goal from the 10 after the personal foul. It's going to put Westridge in their best field position for the night. And if they're able to punch it in right here, we're only at a 1-score game. Watch this beautiful replay here by United Southeast Federal Credit Union. Then pushed out of bounds. Hand off to Amex, who is hit in the backfield and brought down. That's Fegans.
Fegans trying to make up for that penalty on him. So he's trying to get a few yards back, and he does so. Fegans has done this time and time again. He comes down from that linebacker position, untouched, straight through, right into the backfield. Amex nowhere to go. And
for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Fegans just comes up with a great tackle for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. You see the Wolves coming to the line. Frazier signaling his guys. Play action. He's got a guy in the end zone and defended well, but not according to the laundry on the field. Said there was a little bit of a push. And the Viking faithful vehemently disagree with that call.
I'll have to see the replay again before I make my own judgment here.
Pass interference, defense, number 19. That's half the distance penalty. The ball will be placed around the 6-yard line.
So watch this. The defense is allowed to make a play on the ball, but you can't have early contact. I don't see a lot there. I see a hand on him.
He's got his hand on his
back, but he's
back,
also, his head is turned around. He's making a play on the football. I don't see a whole lot there, but
I agree with you, but they're going to call it every time he's got his hand on him like that.
I'm not wearing black and white down on the
field. That's true. Hand off to Amex. He's got a little bit of room to run, and he is in the end zone for touchdown, Wolves. Good run by Amex, who is not getting up right away. He might have taken a helmet to the hip there.
Yeah, he's down right there, but that's exactly the kind of shot in the arm that Westridge needed. Was aided by a couple penalties with the personal foul, the late hit on Frazier, and then the pass interference there in the end zone. And Westridge putting up some points on the board, getting themselves right back into this football game.
Great little nifty 6-yard run. Amex coming up a little gimpy on that one. Maybe he just planted funny on the turf. Turf is funky like that on your ankles and knees when it comes to that kind of thing. This kick is up, and it is good. I don't care what they say about that drone pilot. He does okay. All right, we'll be right back. Take a look here at this touchdown run. An ultimate injury going into the end zone. Yeah, ooh, ankle roll up. We'll be right back.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
All right, back here in the Stone Castle, the Westridge Wolves just scored. It's 14-7, but at the cost of their main running back going out. Hopefully he'll be back. We'll see. He rolled his ankle up pretty good. We got number 12, Kendall Burton, out to kick, and Plumbar back to receive.
Getting Plumbar back there. He's got that quick acceleration speed, but he won't need it as he also heeds the words of the all-wise Ruben Ferry and allows that ball to trickle out of bounds.
Now I know you're gonna find this hard to believe, but I used to keep little business size cards for students and stuff, and it would just say I should have listened to Ruben.
Ball be placed at the 35-yard
And so we
line.
would come to a situation after
First
I'd
and
given
10.
them some advice, and I would just pull one out of my wallet and hand it to them. Like, remember we talked about this earlier? And they're just like, yeah, I do. I was like, look, now you're a card-carrying member of the I should have listened to Ruben Club. All right, so that ball went out of bounds. It's going to be on the 35-yard line. And you know what? Vikings are in their mid-season form. You know, they've seen this a couple times. They've made the adjustment. Good for them. Letting that ball go out of bounds. 1st and 10. Elliott handoff. Dowdell. Dowdell brought down pretty early. Gain of about a yard.
Yeah, there's a flag on the far sideline as well. We'll see what that call is.
Illegal
Brought down.
formation. 5 men in the backfield.
Tackled by Music. Flag on the play.
Retrieve the spot. Down remain, first down.
Yeah, so not enough guys on the line for Tennessee High. You got to have at least 7 on the line, and they did not. They had 5 in the backfield, and that's just one of their wide receivers probably not getting lined up on the line of scrimmage. That'll cost them 5 yards.
Amex on the sideline there. Maybe we can get an update from the coaches as they go down at halftime here in just a minute on them. Elliott, direct snap. Forges ahead, out across the 30. Might have got about a yard and a half on that play. Good job by the Wolf defense.
Yeah, they put Dowdell out there as a lead blocker, kind of chips Perry, but Perry able to just kind of fight through that chip block and come up with the tackle.
Number 55, Nathan Arnold, in there on the assist as well. It's almost like we got one of those little cable cameras they have in the NFL when we have the drone up.
I like it.
Elliott going to keep it, looking downfield to throw. He's got a guy open, just a little bit high. In and out of the hands. That would have been more than enough for a first down.
Yeah.
Number 4, the intended receiver, Dane Music.
Dane Music leaked out there, and Elliott does a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, and Music does a good job of funneling over. There were a couple of Wolves in the area, but that's a ball that Music is probably going to tell you that he needs to come down with. Elliott didn't quite get the nose of that football down. He was on, he was in motion. He was rolling out to his left. Sometimes as a right-handed quarterback, it's kind of hard to go to your left and then deliver a good spiral.
That's going to bring up third and about 14. Plumbar in motion. Richardson in. And a whistle. And a little bit of extracurricular activity after the play was clearly over. That's going to be another 5 yards added on to this. That's going to make it 3rd and about 19.
And I don't think everybody was set on the Tennessee High offensive side as that ball was being snapped. I think there were a couple of guys deemed to be in motion. We'll see what Coach Holt dials up for this 3rd and very long situation now.
Richardson in at quarterback. He's going to keep it and take off running. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. We have a flag down. There's some holding on that side, probably at the receiver position because it was so far downfield. That's a decent run if that's 1st and 10, but not on 3rd and 19.
Yeah, I think at that point they were just trying to get some yards to put themselves in a little better field position to then punt it away. They'll probably do something similar in this situation too if that is indeed a holding call.
Holding offense, number 4. That penalty's been declined. 4th down.
That is a good call and move by the Wolves. 4th down and just a little bit over 10.
So we will see the punt team for Tennessee High. And Tennessee High, it's good for them to face a bunch of different scenarios, different situations. They're going to see some of that stuff. They're not going to be able to methodically move the ball down the field, especially in the playoffs and things like that. So they need to face some adversity here to see how they react.
Richardson, line drive, deep kick. That's a nice kick. Little sidewinder action there, maybe a little rugby kick. And that ball is going to be down on the half-foot line. That was a great kick and great coverage, kept it from going into the end zone.
You couldn't have walked out and set that ball down on the grass any better than that punt ended up. And that is what you call flipping the field. Does a great job. Like you said, that line drive kick gave that extra few rolls, and it just kind of takes a little bit of a left banana turn right there at the goal line.
I do love a good rugby punter. And Richardson was just in at quarterback too, so I think he probably stepped up to see, hey, is this something maybe we can do a little bit of a trickeration on, but they ended up getting a fantastic kick. Frazier up to the line. He's got number 45, Perry, in the backfield with him. Amex still out on the sideline.
Tennessee High is probably going to pin their ears back here. I wouldn't be surprised.
Play action. Frazier looking downfield. Frazier getting rid of it. They're going to see he was going down.
They're going to talk about this, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a late flag come out here.
A little in the grass safety thing going on there. I haven't seen a call that bad since Foxborough about 2000, 2001.
So they're taking a long conference to see if there was a receiver in the area.
Incomplete forward pass, 14 offense was in the area, 2nd down.
Well, he even had a number, so that tells me that somebody was looking for that. All right, let's take a look here.
They're looking
ourselves.
for it, but
it's on the replay screen here in the stadium too.
Define in the area for me.
Within 5 yards of the ball being down.
Not on that screen.
Not on that screen. Perry out of the end zone, gets out, gives him a little bit of breathing room there. On 2nd down, gets a couple yards. 3rd and 9.
Tennessee High, this is the problem here with the ball on the half-yard line, the 1-yard line, is you don't have any room for error. You don't have any room for the running backs to be able to get a good push. And as you can see, the offensive line is lined up on the goal line.
Perry not able to hang on to that. That's not going to be they're going to call that a safety. That should have been a touchdown.
They're calling it a safety.
Okay.
And I have no clue why.
That ball was on the ground unless Perry jumped on it in time. Hit pretty hard by Elliott. Elliott bringing him down, and that is a touchdown. Wow. United Southeast Federal Credit Union on the replay.
They're saying that he was down prior to that ball coming out.
I'm going to have to see that again.
That's twice now. One, the original safety wasn't called. That should have been.
It bounced off of Perry.
And so
that's why it looked like a bad
down
handoff.
And out, and they're saying that nobody ever has any possession of that.
That is a touchdown.
That gets
and they're all looking at it
off
on the screen here in the stadium. We're gonna have to change to one of those commercials with Briggs in it or something to kind of calm everybody down. Hey Briggs, tell us about the baseball team you want to buy and the big old camper. We'll stay here and see if we can.
Yeah, you can see hear the reaction of the fans, the Tennessee High fans, that is.
Yeah.
Westridge knowing they got away with, instead of giving up 6 points.
They're still going to have to give the ball back here.
Yeah, they gave up 2 points in the ball, but that you'll take that over a touchdown.
Over another touchdown right there. 16-7 right now after the safety. Now, in high school football, you have the option to either kick it off a tee or to do it from a run-and-go punt, which is an old rule that goes way back.
Yep.
But their kicker's probably, I don't know, I'd let Bannon kick this one because he could probably put it through the back of the end zone from here. From the 20-yard line is a low line drive kick. Takes a weird bounce. Harkleroad's going to pick it up and carry it. He's all the way back out across the 50, 50, 40. Out of bounds at the 35. Good job not just falling on that. We say good job because he got yards. If he'd have been killed and lost his helmet, we'd have said, like, what are you doing, man?
Falling on no. But Harkleroad, we know that he also has just a good intelligence of open field running. He knows where to go, where to make the cuts. He's able to run through arm tackles just like all these other receivers and running backs for Tennessee High. And a great turn of events for the Vikings.
Out of the wishbone again, Elliott to Dowdell, who powers straight ahead for what looks like about 7 or 8 yards, maybe even closer to 9. What a great push by the offensive line there. Dowdell just gets behind the Hogs and follows them straight downfield. Yeah, I think you said it right when you were talking about the arm tackling there. I think that might be one of the things that are kind of keeping them out of this game right now. Handoff again to Dowdell out across the 25, just shy of the 20-yard line. They're going to spot him in between the 20 and the 21, where it's going to be 1st and 10 Vikings.
This is what you want from the Viking offensive standpoint is you had a turnover in the end zone. You ended up with a safety, but you should have ended up with a touchdown. But how do you respond out of that? Yeah. Tennessee High got the ball back, and they've just, again, taken over on offense. They're marching down the field. They said, fine, if we can't get 6 the easy way, we'll get it the hard way.
Out of the wishbone again. Handoff to Dowdell. Straight ahead for about 2 yards. Wolves were, I just like the fact that it's 2024 and we're still using the wishbone. You know, I mean, I know it's kind of a reverse wishbone because the 2 fullbacks are up front, but I'm digging it.
Well, and having a quarterback like Elliott, too, he can just as easily turn into a lead blocker as he sees that play develop. He's not one to just peel off and go to the sideline and, say, hey, coach, what's the next play? I mean, he's going to stick his nose in to that play as much as he can.
Shift to the formation. Elliott dropped it, able to pick it up and pitch it to Dowdell, who's able to make something out of nothing. Twist and spin and dive and reach and touchdown Vikings.
Dowdell would not be denied on that run. What looked like an absolutely botched play at the beginning really was. Elliott dropped that ball. That ball hits the turf. He's able to get it back, shovel it out to Dowdell. And Dowdell, again, running through tackles, running away from tackles, spins from that last would-be tackler before he dives, stretches that ball over the plane, and picks up 6.
Out for the extra point. Up and in. All right, let's take a quick look at this last run. Drop, pick up, pitch. Gonna give him a little dipsy doodle here as he goes into the end zone. And then stretch, touchdown. We'll be right back.
On the go, download the BTES mobile app to easily keep up with your account. View your current balance and due date, make payments via check or credit card, view your account history, and much more. Download the BTES mobile app on your mobile device today.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. All right, back here on the field, Knox Arrington lining up to do kickoff. Mab back to receive. High kick. Just short of the 20-yard line. Picked up and run straight ahead by Price, who's out across the 40. He's going to spot this ball on the 42-yard line. Now, we've still got 4 minutes left to go in this half. Great couple series if you're a Tennessee High Vikings fan. But if you're a Wolves fan, we got 4 minutes left to go in this half. They had a good, nice offensive output, so we got an opportunity here.
Yep. Yeah, aided by a couple of penalties, but at the same time, they were already closing in. And one penalty was at the 20-yard line after they picked up a big first down, and then the pass interference was on second down, I think. And Westridge starting to move the ball a little bit better. We'll see what happens with this drive.
Spread formation. Screen is intercepted. And 12, I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was trying to tell him, get behind me and I'll block for you. Oh, 12's going to be running some laps after that.
Colson Maddox, just right place, right time for him. Able to pick it off. You see Frazier looks left, looks for that little dump down pass, but Maddox eyes up on the quarterback. And watch Honecker, he's trying to say, hey, get behind me, I'm going to block this guy. And then ends up running into a couple of different Wolves, but a turnover.
Colson's going to have some words for him on the side.
Yeah.
From the 17-yard line, low snap. Elliott. They've been going under center all night long, so the center's not used to going out of the pistol here. Hand off to Plumbar. Gain of about 2. Ball was originally spotted on the 19-yard line, not the 17. They're on the 17 now. Just under 4 minutes to go here in this half. Got a lot of good stuff coming up for you at halftime. Hand off to Plumbar, who looks like he's shot out of a cannon as he cuts across the 10-yard line. Down to about the 7.
Dangerous, explosive speed by Plumbar. He just hits the holes. He gets to that second level of defense and able to just accelerate. It still surprises me every single time when he hits those holes and starts to accelerate. He reaches top speed so fast.
Okay, download the new Bristol, Tennessee City Schools app today and stay up to date on everything BTCS. You can customize notifications to include districts, individual schools, even athletic news. Go to btces.org to learn more. All right, so not really a timeout. Couldn't quite figure out.
It's kind of an official's timeout of some sort of adjustment or something.
All right, so out of the pistol formation, 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Fegan's at wing back. Plumbar, tight end, and the wing back move to make it strong right there. so that Elliott can take it and keep it on the direct snap as he gets to the 5-yard line, which is going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Vikings. Elliott thought he had a score there. He's not happy about that one.
No, Perry and Arnold in there on the tackle again. Plumbar moves out to the right side. You saw the shift in motion earlier as well, and you just kind of see that he's eventually just kind of ripped down, and a little extracurricular activity there while
that's
Elliott's
what rivalries are for. 2 minutes here to go in the half as Elliott goes under center in a tight goal line formation. Tried to hard count these guys off sides. Is 6 seconds on the play clock. Just in time, handoff to Plumbar, who is in the end zone. He hits the hole so fast, it's hard to even know if he's got the ball.
Dowdell and Plumbar and Dowdell and now Plumbar. They're just trading touchdowns at this point, and they've been doing that all season. Plumbar, once again, great offensive line push. You see that hole that he has, so much so that Fegans, who had lined up in the backfield even, reaches that second level, able to key off that run, and Plumbar with some more points.
Brolio with the extra point is good. All right, let's take a quick look at this last play as we go to break. Take a look here at the block in the back coming from the other side as he pancakes a Wolf into the end zone. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm David Wampler. I'm franchisee for Jersey Mike's. Our business is a family business. We have 3 son-in-laws now that are partners with us, and we have grandchildren that are now working for us full time. We try to instill into our employees, we've got to make the subs properly. We have to do it in a clean store, and we have to be friendly with our customers so that they will come back. We rely on our partnership with BTES because of the high-speed internet that they provide. BTES has always been very responsive to our needs.
All right, so next week's game, we have 2 games coming up. Our penultimate game, Thursday night game at Sullivan East, and Friday night back here at the Stone Castle. Watch all of these live right here on BTES Power 7. High driving kick by Brolio that bounces into the end zone and is out. Touchback called. They're going to bring the ball out to the 20. Minute 39 left to go here in the half.
Westridge needs something to go into halftime on. They know that Tennessee High is going to start off the second half with the ball. So if they can put up any points on the board right here, they've got a chance to do it. They have all their timeouts. And aside from that turnover, you just kind of wipe that from your memory. It didn't. It didn't happen. You know, it is what it is, right? And so Westridge, they can bank off of the offensive drive that they had prior to that, where they actually did move the football down the field, and Westridge needs that right now.
Spreading the defense out here with spread offense. Out to Mab. Mab out of bounds, just shy of the 30-yard line and just shy of a first down, but it does stop the clock at a minute 32.
Yep, working the sidelines. Westridge has big receivers. They have tall targets that they can get the ball out to. And I'm kind of surprised that they haven't tried to work those corners a little more. Now, Tennessee has done a good job of not giving Frazier very much time in the backfield. But at the same time, Westridge has got to put something together.
Frazier rolling around to the right with a little bit of pressure. Just in front of the sticks there is a reception. Stepping out of bounds. I believe that's Bannon. Nope, that's Mab again on the reception. No, that was Bannon. I was right the first time. You can see right here just a little bit of a comeback pattern. 6 yards down, comes back on the outside, has to curl back in because quarterback's getting pressured, bringing up 1st and 10. From the 33-yard line, Frazier back to pass, looking downfield, getting some pressure. That play just took too long to develop, and with Tennessee High's been in the backfield all day long. A loss of about 2 on the play. So if they're not getting the ball out of there fast enough, then they're going to have to, they're not going to be able to. Frazier's going out because he's got blood on his elbow. So it means he'll have to sit out for one play.
Yeah, he'll have to get patched up. That brings number 6, Isaac McGee, in from the sideline. He didn't even have, notice to warm up or anything. And
so
I wouldn't be surprised.
This will be a handoff.
So for a handoff here, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Number 6, being Isaac McGee. Getting the dirty look here. McGee wisely throws that one away, which is going to bring up 3rd down. I am really surprised at that call. Maybe they're having such a hard time on the interior spot there. 3rd down, 10 to go. McGee back out of the game. McGee's been in at the slot receiver several times as well. Frazier just had a little carpet burn there. He is back in the game. 3rd and 10. Single back in the backfield with him. Frazier back to pass. Gets it out, tipped and caught and reeled in. That's by Mab. That's going to be all the way down to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of about 18 on that play. And they are back on it quick because they know the clock is ticking.
Better to be lucky than good in that situation for Westridge.
Got a whistle blowing the play dead. I believe that was a timeout called because I don't see any flags down.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 14.
Still don't see any flags
penalty,
down.
1st down.
All right, 5-yard penalty puts them on the other side of the 50 on the 49-yard line. 33 seconds to go here. 1st and 15 for the Wolves. 3 receivers there to the top of your screen. Frazier back to pass. Going to throw the flare out of the backfield to Perry. Perry makes the first guy miss. And he's down across the 40. And nobody's calling a timeout.
No, they're not calling timeout. I'm so surprised right now that they're not calling
a timeout. They have 2 timeouts. That's going to put it on the 38-yard line, and now they're going to get a false start out of that.
So, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I don't know that that was 0.
Yeah, this is not college or the pros. There's no 10-second runoff, but that clock should be now rolling, and it is.
2nd and 8. Not able to get this play off before the end of the half. That's going to make it 30-7 at halftime. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here with a lot of different fun and festivities here at the Stone Castle on Gridiron Game Day. Stick around.
At Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, we want to help you manage your monthly electric bill. Sign up for our levelized monthly billing program to help make budgeting easier. Through this program, the electric portion of your bill is approximately the same each month and is based on a rolling 12-month average of your electric bill. And with our program, there is not a true-up month because it is a continuous rolling average. To sign up for levelized monthly billing or to see if your account is eligible, visit btes.net/LMB.
Welcome back, football fans, here at the Stone Castle tonight. We got the band getting ready to take the field. We're going to get a chance to hear from the mighty Viking band. Mike and I are practically apoplectic after that last series.
I do not understand that clock management, and I know the players on the field, they just want to have an opportunity to do something, make something happen. I know you're at the 50-yard line, but you had a couple timeouts, and you kind of go to halftime now with those timeouts in your pocket. And I would have liked to see them just take a couple of shots down the field.
Put it in field goal range. They've got a decent kicker.
Yeah, if Tennessee High gets a turnover, most likely they're just going to kneel and run the clock out. They're getting the ball at the second half.
So we got the flag gals walking out right now, getting ready, the band set up. It'll be interesting to see what they do or what kind of adjustments they try to make for halftime.
Team had an outstanding Ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, please, for a special announcement. The Tennessee High volleyball team had an outstanding season this year, going 30-12 overall, finishing as the district and region tournament runner-up and advancing to the state Sweet 16 for the 10th time in school history. 3 of the team members were named first team all-conference, and we're going to recognize them for their accomplishments tonight. Please direct your attention to the 25-yard line. The first player we'll recognize is junior setter Bree Adams, who was named first team all-conference. Next is junior outside hitter Ashton Blair, who was also named first team all-conference. And finally, let's recognize senior middle hitter Aaron Littleton. Aaron was named the Big East Conference Hitter of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these 3 outstanding volleyball players and commend them on an outstanding season.
Volleyball players, after a great season they had, we'll be right back here with some halftime activities for you here on BTES Power 7.
We use energy in powerful ways. But for our region, there's more to it than keeping the lights on. Because we're served by public power, owned by the people who live here. It's for all of us. So the initiatives we're able to support have one purpose: helping our communities thrive. We're bringing the benefits of our potential to everyone. That's community energy, and it's happening all around us. Like more job opportunities and growing neighborhoods, outdoor recreation thanks to our protected lands and waterways, supporting local education, local business, and investing in the things we care about. You see, it's about more than power. It's about how we use our energy for a better tomorrow. That's community energy. That's the power of us.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music. She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. 96.3, The Possum.
30-7 right now. Your Tennessee High Vikings are leading over the Westridge Wolves, and we have the Tennessee High Mighty Viking Band taking the field right now.
They will be performing their competition show, Fallen, An Angel's Journey. Song selections include Angels in the Architecture, Fix You, and music from Angels and Demons. The Mighty Viking Band is under the field direction of Drum Major Caden Qualls, Co-Drum Major Brianna Klaus, and Assistant Drum Major Shelby Benning. Brass Captain is Mackenzie Smith. Woodwind Captain is Shelby Benning. Percussion Captains are Maddie Davis, Abigail Waldorf. Color Guard Captains are Nanda Wynn, Kenzie Davis, and Claire White. Band staff includes Director Carrie Mitchell, Assistant Director Spencer Finch and Michael King, Color Guards Instructors Taylor Duncan and Jocelyn Wallen, Brass Instructor Wesley McGrew, Woodwind Instructor Braden Gillum, Drum Major Instructor Ashley Kappelman. Tennessee High Mighty Viking Band, you may take the field for exhibition.
Awaken. Arise.
Let's hear it for the Tennessee High Mighty Viking Band.
I'm here with this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week, Madison Manahan. Let's talk about all you're involved with here at THS.
Yeah, so I'm thoroughly involved with the culinary arts program here. That's like my life's work. That's all I've ever wanted to do, and it's been such a great experience getting to really like help build this program and help get the students younger than me ready to keep it on rolling.
And you've been on our What's Cooking show a few times. What is your favorite thing to cook?
Well, we do a lot of chicken. There's a lot of chicken always. So I don't really know that I have like a specific like dish. I just kind of like everything.
Yeah.
But really like more of like chicken, pork, stuff like that.
So those savory items. Do you like to bake? No. Okay, so just the cooking savory items is totally fine.
I would bake if I could, but I'm so bad. It's really bad.
That's fine. So let's talk about, you're involved in several other things as well. Let's talk about those.
So I am a senior on our varsity cheerleading team. That's something I've done since middle school. And then I also joined the dive team last year.
And let's talk about the clubs that you're involved in.
Yeah, so I am one of the presidents of our Skills USA Club, which is a community service club. We compete in the spring and we do as much as we can with that. I have ran our school store, our Viking Brew, since my sophomore year. So that is really our big project throughout here. All of the students that are in here right now, that's what they're preparing for. They're getting food and drinks ready to feed our student body throughout the day. And then I'm also part of Anger Club.
So you mentioned the school store, and so coffees and what other kind of snacks?
So the Viking Brew, we're a fully functioning like cafe style like pop-up. So we have our Viking Brew, which is like what the store is named after. So it's a really highly concentrated cold brew.
Okay.
And we like make like a whole like frappuccino kind of thing out of it. So it's cold brew, milk. We do flavored syrups that are sugar-free. And then like whipped cream and whatever else you want.
It's your own little coffee shop.
Oh yeah.
Here.
And then we've started doing lemonade this year.
Nice.
We do tea, and then during the like seasonal holidays, we do hot chocolate and like that.
And then you mentioned Skills USA and competing for that. What do you compete in for people who maybe don't know about?
So I compete in culinary arts. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done, if not the hardest thing I've ever done. It's a 4-hour competition in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And it's gruesome. It is 4 hours of standing and cutting and cooking and burning yourself and doing dishes. It is so hard, but it's so rewarding. Like, you get to see all of these people eating the food that you're making. You're putting everything into it, but then you're also like seeing these other people get to enjoy the food that you're making, which is my favorite part of all of this. So it's that, and then you get to meet all these other people from across Tennessee and do dishes together, and then yeah, it's great.
You can tell that you have such a passion for culinary. And that's really what you want to do, right? Let's talk about plans after high school and really where you want to be.
So my plan after high school is I'm planning to go to culinary school. I've just actually sent in my college applications over fall break, so that's really exciting. And then I'd really like to break into the private chefing world at some point. You can't like really go straight into that, but at that point, that is my goal. So.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck and congratulations on being this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Ross Live coming to you with the Fiber Gaming Network news for the month of November. Our featured games this month include Fortnite, Super Smash Bros., Rocket League, and more, while our weekend tournaments continue with Fortnite on the 2nd and 3rd, Rocket League on the 9th and 10th, and Smash Ultimate on the 16th and 17th. Our Minecraft Community Nights continue this month on Tuesday night, while our Thursday Community Nights are Throne and Liberty on the 7th, Party Animals on the 14th, and a Mystery Game Night on the 21st. For more information and full calendar events, go to fibergamingnetwork.com. Thanks so much, and see you in November.
Y'all know me, still the same old shit.
All right, back here in the booth, you can see kind of how the sausage is made. Let's look at this. What's up?
Now,
Silas being our little in-booth producer.
That's right. Now, we had a very, very busy halftime. We had, the Mighty Viking Band, and then we had the Vikettes dance performance. I really like, too, that the Alpha Dance team actually came to the near sideline in supporting of the Vikettes dance team. A lot of these girls compete in different dance academies at different academies throughout the local area. So a lot of these girls know each other, compete with each other. It's a great camaraderie.
All right, Wolves out to kick off. Line drive kick. Picked up and brought back by the Vikings all the way down here to the 38-yard line. Got a little bit of extracurricular activity as people are trying to get up off the bottom of the pile here. Tennessee High will bring their offense back out on the field. 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They're leading 30-7 after a safety and a couple of really good running plays, basically. Elliott on the keeper, dives straight ahead. He dives into the waiting arms of about 4 white jerseys.
Yeah, he dove into about the whole den of Wolves right there as he pretty much they're giving him a yard, and that's pretty generous. Yeah, pretty generous. Yes. But honestly, this whole game, pretty much wire to wire, has been led by the Vikings. Their defense has showed up. Their offense has moved the ball at will. They only have one punt, and everything else has ended up with touchdowns. And Tennessee High looks to continue to establish that, and they actually gave him 2 yards on that.
Starting to spread the offense out a little bit. Fegan's switching sides. Elliott, handoff inside to Dowdell, who keeps his feet moving and ends up making about 4 yards. 3rd and about 5 left on this play.
And I'm kind of surprised that Westridge hasn't made this adjustment a little more or a little earlier, because Tennessee High is really, they like to run it between the tackles for the most part. They really don't like to run it out to the edge. Occasionally they'll leak out to the edge, but for the most part, they're just going to rely on their hogs up front to push out. And as I say that, they're overloading the left side and probably going to run it left. But there's
Hartwell Road was looking
timeout
back
in the
at Coach,
meantime.
who was right near him on the sideline. It's kind of hard to, and he kept looking back at him, and then I think they ended up taking a timeout because of some of the confusion that was going on.
That's not necessarily what you want to do in the first minute and a half of the half when you came out with the ball.
Well, but you're up 30-7.
That's
so
true. You've got a little bit of leeway here. If
not
you're
that big a
Tennessee
deal.
High.
Next week's games, we have 2 games next week, a special Thursday night game, our penultimate game at Sullivan East, and Friday night back here at the Stone Castle. Watch all the action live right here on BTES Power 7. Daniel Boone and Tennessee High here next week. A lot of good stuff going on next week. We will be at Sullivan East for Reformation Day.
That's right.
Some people call it Halloween. We call it Reformation Day.
We do.
History. Lined up in the same formation again, except switch to the other side of the field.
Resetting the play clock there.
Turner on the keeper. Fegan's wondering why he couldn't get it. He's over there holding his hands out like, come on, man.
I think everybody's wondering why Fegans didn't get that ball. I think Elliott would have been much better suited to just kind of flip that ball out. Fegans had more space, and there was only 2 Wolves out there on the left edge, whereas Elliott cut it back into the majority of carries right there. Fegans is open, and if he just flips it just over top of Gabe Music's head, then he's got plenty of space, I think, to pick up that first down.
Out to punt. Price back to receive. Richardson again with that sidewinder rugby-style punt. It worked out really well last time, but goes out of bounds around the 21-yard line, which is not a bad punt there either.
Yeah, he didn't. It was a little high snap. He didn't quite have enough time to really get his leg whipped around into that, so it was a little higher. Not quite as deep, but Westridge, this is what they wanted. They knew Tennessee High was going to get the ball coming out of the second half, and they forced a 3rd and out. That snap, as you see, it's just high enough just to throw off that time a little bit. Richardson kind of just has that internal clock going off. There wasn't really pressure, but as a punter, you don't want to see if there's any pressure.
You
just
you don't
go
have
off
time
the
to look up to see where the pressure's coming from. Your eyes are always on the ball until it leaves your foot. Frazier in. Handoff inside to Perry. Perry staying on his feet, getting down to about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 3, bringing up 2nd down for the Wolves.
Fegan's in there with some pretty good defensive line penetration as Tennessee High, very gap sound. You know, the linebackers are taught if you see a gap, just stay home, make the running back make a move first. You just kind of sit down in your athletic position. Fegan's did a great job of that.
Frazier, play action on Perry. I'm sorry, Frazier, and then Fegans. Frazier with the play action, Fegans with the sack.
Fegans had 1 sack last week, and he picks up another one so far this week. Frazier probably would have been better suited to hand that ball off to Perry. Perry didn't have much room either, though. Tennessee High, their defense has just been dominant against the Westridge offensive line.
3rd and long here for the Wolves. Frazier rolling to his right, looking downfield, getting a lot of pressure. Tries to step in between the Vikings. And is ultimately brought down. There's Colson, who had the interception earlier. Bringing up 4th and long.
That will go down as another sack. Frazier looking right. This is more like a coverage sack, too, because Frazier didn't have anywhere to go initially. And then big old number 55, Micah Norton there hunting him down, forces him inside. And then Colson Maddox there able to clean it up and bring him down. So they went a total of negative 11 yards on that offensive drive.
That's pretty tough. Back to punt is Bannon. And he hits a boomer. It's going to bounce over near the 45-yard line. Considering he was 4 yards deep in the end zone, that's not bad.
No, you'll take that, but that still does set up Tennessee High for really good field position once again for their offense that has just been rolling aside from that last drive.
Looks like Richardson's back in at quarterback.
We'll see what Westridge does. I'd be, if I'm Westridge, I'm stacking that box. I'm putting 8, 9 guys inside. I'm going to make them throw the ball to beat me.
Handoff inside. Dowdell stopped after a gain of about 2. Bringing up 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings.
Hayden Music in there plugging that gap on the tackle. And Westridge showing off their gap soundness too. Music does a great job there of staying home, waiting for the ball carrier to emerge, rallying to the football. This is a little more of what we expected from these two this second half.
Bubble screen out to the right of the formation. Price still on his feet, hit from behind, falls forward near the 30-yard line. Down to about the 32, where it's going to be a 1st down for the Vikings.
Riley Price, their leading receiver in catches and touches. Little bubble screen out here. Good out front blocking, off edge blocking. Does a good job of shedding the tackle. Might have been a horse collar if he had brought him down at that point, but since he didn't bring him down,
he didn't really have a hold of his pads.
Right.
So I think that's probably kind of the denotative definition for that. Richardson, 2 backs in the backfield, Plumbar in motion. Play action to Dowdell, looking deep. He's got a guy in the end zone. Not quite able to haul that one in as Harkle Road. That was into double coverage. I think he had that one coming out of the huddle. He was going to throw it deep regardless.
Yeah, you want that ball out just a little bit earlier to give your guy a chance to run underneath it. Harkle Road instead has to stop, try to come back to the football. But well defended there by Mab. Brown able to just watch the receiver's reaction, get his hand up in there and break up that pass.
Richardson is still in. Play action, rolling around to his left, throws out and high. That's going to bring up 3rd down. There's a flag down on the play as well. And that's over near the receiver area, so we might have a little pushing and shoving going on that side. Or ineligible man downfield, maybe?
Yeah. So he's going to see if Coach Hilton wants to accept or decline that. He might just take the down instead.
The receiver downfield, number 17. That penalty's been declined.
He was
3rd down.
How is he an eligible receiver?
I'd have to see the formation. He may have been covered up on the inside as an ineligible receiver downfield.
Maybe.
Or sometimes they just get the numbers wrong.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Richardson, again, rolling around to his right, looking downfield. He's going to keep it. Trying to get the 1st down. It's going to depend where they give him forward momentum.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to come about 2 yards short.
That was awfully close.
And
there's 4th down.
Yeah, 39-yard field goal. I don't think you're going to take that right now. I think with it being 4th and 1.5, Elliott's coming out right now. You're going to kind of put your jumbo package in.
Richardson almost there.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite get there. Gabe Music had a hold of his jersey, drawing him backwards. You see Fegan's lined up in the fullback position, as well as Micah Norton. Huge guys up there getting a good push.
Elliott straight ahead for the first down. He's out to the 20-yard line. 30-7.
The old tush-push play, or as the Eagles have most recently dubbed it, the brotherly shove.
The brotherly shove, I like that.
But either way, Elliott's under center. You've got Norton and Fegan's right behind him, getting good push from behind. Big guys and picking up a couple of yards. That play is very hard to stop.
Elliott stays in the game at quarterback. Handoff to Dowdell, who's straight ahead. He's got a little bit of room to run with some contact. Almost made it into the end zone. Finally brought down by Mab and number 24, Gabe Music. Just shy of the end zone. Definitely enough for a first down.
Yeah, that'll set up Tennessee High. First and goal. Dowdell just so good in those power yardage plays, but it looks like there's a penalty right now. He's signaled short anyway.
Repeat first down.
All right, so a little bit of early movement. It's going to back the Vikings up 5 yards. That'll make it second. Well, it's going to make it first and goal from about the 6, maybe 7-yard line. They're putting it on the 6.
Yeah, Coach Holt really kind of upset at his guys on that. You know, if you gave them first and goal at the 6, they'll take it. But when you have first and goal at the 1 and you have 3-4 chances to punch that ball in, you've got to be able to convert that without picking up a penalty.
Dowdell with the pitch. Music with the knife. Hayden Music knifes in there to hit him in the backfield.
Another loss of 4 on that play. Sniffed out really well, and you saw a couple of guys there just cutting through that offensive line. Offensive line has done a great job up to this point, but on that play, Music and Nathan Arnold were able to get pressure up front and ultimately drop him down for a loss.
Tennessee High second and goal from the 11. Originally, they were on the 1-yard line. Elliott, pitch back on the reverse. Hit hard and kept out of the end zone is number 6, Landon Graham. Not quite able to get in the end zone on that. That's going to bring up third and goal from about the 2. Just on the other side of the 2.
You see Elliott about got taken out by his own guy before the little pitch handoff there. And Graham trying to hit that hole. He doesn't quite have the same weight or power as Dowdell does to hit that hole. But Westridge does a great job of kind of bending on that play but not breaking. And they need a big defensive stop here to keep Tennessee High out of the end zone. We'll see if they draw up that jumbo package again. That's exactly what it looks like.
A lot of confusion out there on the field. A lot of hands in the air. We're going to take a quick break while the Vikings talk about what play they want to run into the end zone here. We'll be right back after this.
Did you know that United Southeast Federal Credit Union has loans for all kinds of things, like a house, a new car, or even a big old camper? They can help make it happen. If you want to go on vacation, like to a baseball game, USFCU is here to help. You can apply for loans online or in person, whether it's for something big or something small, like your first used car, which I'll need soon. I wonder if they can help me buy a baseball team. Hey Siri, remind me to ask Mom.
Back here at the Stone Castle tonight, 30-7. Your Tennessee High Vikings lead your Westridge Wolves. 30-7 right now. Third and goal from the 2-yard line. And here we go. Everybody is back on the field now. Tennessee High continuing to run their jumbo package, reverse wishbone. People from Oklahoma in the 80s would be proud. Turner, Elliott on the keeper, trying to stretch it across. And they're saying that that is a no-go. Wolves are indicating that they have the ball.
No signal from anybody at this point.
No signal for,
and
it is a Wolf ball. That ball is out. Mab knocked it loose there as Elliott tried to stretch it out.
So it looks like a turnover. Westridge ends up with the ball. They did not deem him as down or his forward progress stopped, and in his effort to stretch that ball across the goal line, it got poked out. Westridge is probably having flashbacks now of the last time they were in this position, where they had a safety, what should have been a touchdown on a turnover. They ended up being a safety.
Frazier handoff to Perry, who makes it out of the end zone, gets him about a yard. I don't know, he might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage or even lost about half a yard.
Yeah, just not much push there from the Westridge offensive line. He gets just out about maybe the 1.5 yard line.
Yeah, they're saying just past the original line of scrimmage with the way they've got it lined up. Frazier again. Handoff, Perry. Perry trying to knife straight ahead. Gets about 2 yards. Westridge has not had an answer for Tennessee High in the middle yet. They've not been able to get a good push. All their success has come from busted plays with the quarterback or hitting the corners and the edges on comeback routes or curl routes.
Yeah, and there's just not much room here to work with when you're in the shadow of your own goalpost.
Or the shadow of the BTES truck. Play action. Tossed deep over the shoulder. They're going to call that incidental contact with Harkleroad and Mab on the outside. That's going to bring up 4th down. Now is when you bring 11 guys.
Yeah, this is the punt
Why
block.
do you have a returner back here at all? You can see this just pushed out just a little bit. They weren't even touching when the ball was not even a catchable ball. I send 11 guys. He's going to have to put his foot on the back of the end zone. I don't understand. High, deep kick. Fielded just on the other side of the 45.
And that's going to be a block in the back, all the way back at the 42-yard line.
Sweet sassy Molassie. What
3
are y'all
flags
doing?
sitting out there, one at the 35, one at the 41, one at the 42. But it was pretty obvious block in the back call there at the 42-yard line, which is the penalty that will be accepted.
Holding, receiving team, that penalty decline. Blocking the back, number 10, that penalty's been accepted. 10-yard penalty from the spot. 1st down.
So that should move them up to the 48 on the other side.
Yeah, Dowdell just gets into the back there of number 25, Marcus Maples.
That looked like it was not intentional. But still, the way the play played out.
But I'm with you. I send 10 guys at least for the punt block. But they kind of relaxed a little bit on their return.
But they were spread out like they were handoff to Plumbar, who stopped at the line of scrimmage. But they were spread out like they were watching for a fake punt.
On your own 2.
You're up. You're up by 23 points.
Yeah, I think you just got to go with the old block party. A lot of coaches say block party. That means you're going in and you're not stopping until you hear the whistle blow of trying to block that punt.
Worst case scenario, somebody scores from Westridge, right?
Right.
And you're only up by 2 or 3 touchdowns by then. 2 touchdowns and a safety. Coach almost clothesline Harkleroad after that carry. Trying to stop his momentum on the sideline.
Yeah, they get him right back to the sticks. So that will be a first down for Tennessee High. Back into Westridge territory where they pretty much lived all night.
1st and 10 with 14 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Vikings coming back out on offense. Turner Elliott still in the game. He's got Plumbar in the backfield with him. Harkleroad in motion, shovel pass, fake, because Elliott kept it, and he's out across the 20, pulled out of bounds around the 15-yard line. They're going to spot him on the 13.
Good decision this time. Yeah, you're good. Good decision this time by Elliott. He gets through one arm tackle and then able to just kind of hand fight down the sideline with Bannon before he's able to be driven out. But that's one of the biggest chunk yardage plays that Elliott's had tonight.
Elliott out of the pistol. Hard count. Got the entire line from Westridge to jump.
5, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
They put it on 55, but it was everybody.
It was everybody else but him. He didn't quite get to the line yet.
He was in the middle linebacker spot. Five seconds still left to go. 1st and 5. Can still get a first down without making a touchdown here. On the 10-yard line are the Vikings. Elliott on the keeper. He wants to put one in the end zone and does. As the time expires in the 3rd period, touchdown Vikings. Turner Elliott with a 10-yard touchdown keeper.
Turner Elliott not wanting to be excluded from the touchdown party tonight. It went Dowdell Plumbar. It was Dowdell's turn, but Elliott said, no, I got this. And he just marches it right on in from 10 yards out for another Viking touchdown.
That's going to make it 37-7 after the referee's signal. Extra point is good. Watch the replay here.
Look at that offensive line push.
United Southeast Federal Credit Union on our replays all season long. All right, Leslie's on the sideline. Leslie?
I'm here with Kelly Mitchell, who is the band director of the Tennessee High Band. And I said Kelly, it's Carrie. It is Carrie. Let's talk about the band's performance this year, your theme, and really what you're portraying out on the field.
This year, our show is called Fallen, An Angel's Journey. So we are trying to portray an angel who has fallen from glory. They're kind of a dark angel now, and their journey to rise again and be a good angel again, essentially. So we tell that all throughout us with Guard, changing costumes and actually becoming the dark angel and light again. So that is what we're trying to portray.
Well, it is a beautiful performance. We've seen it a couple times that we've been here at Tennessee High. Hopefully we'll see it again next week when we are here as a final performance. But you all have had a really good competition season.
Absolutely. Last weekend we competed at John Battle High School, and we were first in our class of 5A. We had a superior rating. We had first place in music, first place in marching, first place in color guard, first place in drum major. And in drum major, we got the highest score of the entire day. So we're really proud of that.
That's amazing. And you have a competition tomorrow, correct?
Yes, we perform at Elizabethton High School at 8:15 p.m. If you want to come out and see us, it's our last performance of the season for a competition.
Well, good luck. We know that you're going to do great things. We can't wait to see you next week. Back to the guys.
High semi-short kick. fielded around the 35-yard line, where it's at now for the Wolves. 37-7, which means we're going to have a running clock here. Wolves trying to get on the board here. Bannon with the reception. Gain of about 3 on a quick out.
4 different Vikings in there on the stop. And Westridge just hasn't been able to see anything open downfield. One, Frazier doesn't have time to look downfield and wait for his receivers to get downfield. But the Viking defensive backs have done a tremendous job in coverage. They have held the Westridge receivers in check.
Frazier on a play action, trying to make the corner, but he's chased down by about 5 different Vikings.
Landon Graham, number 6, there, the closest one to force him to run out of bounds, and ends up losing about 1.5 yards.
Third and long. As the clock continues to tick down. A lot of starters still in this game. Frazier back to pass. He's got a receiver who's going to be just shy of a first down. I imagine they go for it here.
We'll see where they spot this ball. It looks like he's about 0.5 yard short.
That's about right. That's about where he caught it.
But
they're going to give him the first down.
They're going to give it to him. Wow.
That's a generous spot. The Viking fans, again, vehemently disagree with the referees tonight. Play action again, inside. Frazier trying to make the corner. What looked like was going to be a rollout pass. Ended up losing a couple yards.
Starting to see a couple of new faces around here, getting some action on the Viking defense now.
See the student section cheering on their Vikings right now on Pink Out Night. Price in motion, handoff inside to Perry. Perry out across the 45, still on his feet, down to the 5 where he's finally pushed out of bounds. I think that might be closer to the 3, depending on where they spot him.
Yeah, finally gets loose there. Dane Music comes up with the tackle, but not before Perry almost makes a house call from their own 40-yard line. Just cuts through a couple of arm tackles, finds that edge, and then just turns on the burners. Music able to save the touchdown for now, but Westridge in great position.
He had to stutter step there a little bit on the sideline to make sure he didn't step out of bounds. That's how Music was able to catch up with him. Frazier with the fade, just over the head of Bannon. Flag on the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to call
interference, 19 defense.
They're going to call Barron Harkle Road for
down
the
remains first down.
Pass interference. That Harkle Road kind of saying, no, I was just kind of making a play on that. We'll see. They're kind of locked up there.
He's got a hold of his jersey.
Yeah, he's pulling the jersey just a little bit, and that was enough. The referee can see that hand on Bannon's back. Enough to call the penalty.
Handoff Perry inside, diving straight ahead. Just kept out of the end zone. Second down now. Let's see where he's.
Westridge
just shy of the end zone.
Yeah, Westridge still struggling to get some offensive push from their line. Perry's a big, strong guy, but Tennessee High does a great job of filling the gaps again and then driving him backwards, preventing that forward lean.
Number 27, Jackson Reed, one of the first Vikings in there. Frazier, handoff, Perry. Perry falling forward. That should be a touchdown, unless they're going to say his knee was down first. On second down.
Both of the line judges kind of coming in. Yeah, they're going to signal him short again.
Wolves feeling like they can't catch a break here.
On the 2-inch line.
I know. If they sneeze, the nose of that ball is going across the goal line. You can see right here, though, Tennessee High does a great job keeping him out of the end zone, hanging on. That ball looks like it might be over.
It's awful close.
No wonder the Wolves are signaling touchdown. Frazier under center, going to get it in, up and over. That's what happens when you're that tall and your arms and legs are that long. You can do that kind of thing.
Yeah, that tall. He takes advantage of every single inch of his frame that he has as he just explodes, goes up under center, and then that initial little collision push, and Frazier just able to dive over. Doesn't get much further than the goal line, but the goal line's all he needed to make.
Kick is up, and it is good according to the referees. 37-14. Frazier celebrating on the sideline. Tennessee High with a valiant defensive effort there. They were able to keep him out of the end zone a couple times. Let's take a quick look at what's left of the Westridge schedule here.
Not much.
Nope. Considering next week is the end of the season.
Yeah,
Morristown East.
Next week, Morristown East, and that's kind of a pride of not being last in your region for that game. Both of those teams are winless in the region right now. Morristown East 2-6 on the season, Westridge 3-4, but both of them 0-4 in the region, and so you're battling basically to not finish last.
Many of the Viking faithful sticking around here. We got 5:51 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
And that game for Westridge, that's going to be Morristown East senior night. So Westridge, though, too, the last game for these seniors. They know they're not going on to the playoffs, so that will be, in fact, the last time that those guys suit up. And
these are the original Wolves. This is the first freshman class that'll be graduating here.
The emotional side for an emotional night for both sides. Sometimes we forget that.
Line drive, deep kick down to about the 15-yard line and brought back out by number 11, Bo Utzman.
We saw him get a few returns last week against Cobb County as well. Like I said, he is super fast. He's a defensive back, but also great return man, and he's got a big future and a big part of the Vikings going forward after this season.
Thought we were going to see a few different guys in there now. From the 22-yard line, Elliott brings his offense back out on the field. Handoff inside. Falling straight ahead is Dowdell. What looks like a gain of about 3. A short 3 or a long 2. United Southeast Federal Credit Union on the replay. You can just see diving straight ahead. They're just wanting to burn time off the clock and get out of here with a solid win. No mistakes fumble-wise or turnover-wise. No silly penalties that might keep somebody from playing next week. Anything like that.
Yep, Tennessee High looking for another Sullivan County sweep. They beat Sullivan East and Westridge last year. Already took care of Sullivan East this year early. It's just the second game of the season.
Looks like we got a timeout on the field in Tennessee High. Let's take a quick look at Tennessee High's schedule. Also not many games left on it, Mike, as you pointed out.
Right, yeah. We'll be back here next Friday night for senior night for Tennessee High against Daniel Boone, the Trailblazers, as Daniel Boone is winless on the season, winless in the conference, and that win against Tennessee High, or if Tennessee High can win that game against Boone, then that will eliminate even any tiebreaker situations or things like that with the fourth place team in Class 5A Region 1. So that'll solidify them right into that third position there for the playoffs.
Just under 5 minutes to go here. With that score, Westridge stopped the running clock. They're trying to get the play clock reset. There it goes. He's talking to the ref up here in the booth next to us.
Yeah, trying to get the play clock situated, get the game clock situated.
They said that number 1, Amex, had just rolled his ankle, and that he should be okay. No break or anything like that.
That's good.
Elliott out of the pistol. Man in motion, shovel pass. That's Price. Out across the 30, still on his feet. Dives forward to the 35-yard line, which is going to be enough for a first down for the Vikings as they try to keep it on the ground and keep this clock moving.
Price gimping a little bit back to the huddle there. Looks like he may have gotten his leg twisted around a little bit with that tackle.
This is going to even the series out at 2-2. Last year was a last-second field goal. This year, Tennessee High well in command of this game. In the first 2 years, Westridge well in command of those first 2 games. Fegan's in motion. Handoff to Dowdell. He turns the corner, slides out across the 40-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. 4 minutes to go here in this game. Continued solid movement there from the Tennessee High line. You see these giant holes. In Tennessee High, everyone who's gotten a hold of the ball has done a great job making the first person either not miss or be the only person that brings them down.
Yeah, they're great at running through arm tackles. You got to wrap them up. They can bounce off of shoulder tackles. They can run through arm tackles. These runners are taught well.
2nd and 5. Dowdell just shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd down after a gain of about 3. Elliott's still in the game at quarterback. Lining up in the reverse wishbone again. Dowdell handoff. Out across to the 45, which should be just enough for a first down. That's what they're signaling. First down for the Vikings at the 45-yard line.
And this is what Tennessee High can do whenever they are in command of a lead. They will just methodically, slowly milk the clock, pick up the yardage that is necessary, and by the 4th quarter, this offensive line has just absolutely worn down the defenses that they've gone up against. And you can see Westridge, they're tired. They can't get the push up front that they've been trying to get.
Pitch to Dowdell. He's trying to make a cut back inside, but ran into a wolf. Got to the 50-yard line. And it looks like Dowdell is down. He's holding his knee. We got the BTES schedule. Take a quick look at that. Sullivan East at Northview. Mike had some sort of odd scenario earlier. He was pitching to me about how Sullivan East might make the playoffs.
It's about, you know, the 1 in a million chance that you've heard of, but there is technically a path that Sullivan East can make the playoffs.
It's as Jim Carrey said to Lauren Holly in Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 1 in a million.
Like 1 in a million.
But you see, that's our Thursday night Halloween special. So go a little early, take your kids trick-or-treating a little early, and then join us there for Sullivan East with Northview. And then that game will also be on YouTube, so you can pass out candy while you're at home, and
or you could just
turn
bring
on
Mike and
the-
me candy.
Well,
Be
that's
all right,
true too.
Reese cups, always good.
Turn it on at your house, and then we'll be back here at the Stone Castle Friday night as Tennessee High hosts Daniel Boone, not DB.
That's right.
Because DB is absolutely taking
We've
care
already
of
seen-
Crockett tonight.
We've already seen DB this year. Hit in the backfield is Plumbar. Loss of about 4, bringing up 3rd down. Great job knifing in on the defense there is Mab. I think some guys, a little bit of incidental contact there. You can see hands in the air. Like, what do you mean?
Well, there's a couple of new faces there on the offensive line too. There are a few guys that have rotated in. Some fresh jerseys there up front.
Elliott to Plumbar, handoff. Still on his feet, pushing forward all the way down to the 45-yard line. That is probably going to be enough for a first down.
And that is going to be the ball game, as that is one of the gutsiest runs that we've seen all night. Plumbar finds the middle, turns it upfield, gets hit by 1, 2 Wolves, dragged down.
It's like he's being helped along there.
Absolutely. That's what I was trying to find a number to get. I think that was Fegans that was kind of yanking him along.
And the clock continues to run. We're going to see the handshake line line up.
That was to give credit where credit is due, that was number 74, Isaiah Trinkle, that was dragging Plumbar along.
And that's the final gun, 37-14. Tennessee High wins over Westridge tonight. So even this series at 2-2, we have a full-on rivalry now, Mike. When there's parity like this, that's when you can really call it a rivalry.
I agree.
Westridge just had a hard time getting their offensive footing tonight.
And that's kind of been their season. You know, penalties have really hurt them. Some turnovers have hurt them. And ultimately, though, Tennessee High's defense is really, really good.
Yeah, they played very well tonight. And like we said, you know, a lot of this game was won in the second and third levels because the running backs were always in the second and third levels and getting great pushes. Shout out to our offensive line here tonight. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back here, talk to Coach, and close it out and get you ready for next week. 37-14 is your final here from the Stone Castle.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
We use energy in powerful ways. But for our region, there's more to it than keeping the lights on. Because we're served by public power, owned by the people who live here. It's for all of us, so the initiatives we're able to support have one purpose: helping our communities thrive. We're bringing the benefits of our potential to everyone. That's community energy, and it's happening all around us. Like more job opportunities and growing neighborhoods, outdoor recreation thanks to our protected lands and waterways, supporting local education, local business, and investing in the things we care about. You see, it's about more than power. It's about how we use our energy for a better tomorrow. That's community energy. That's the power of us.
Welcome back to Tennessee High School here in the Stone Castle, where the Vikings have beaten the Westridge Wolves 37-14. Leslie's got Coach Holt with her. Leslie?
Thanks so much, guys. So, Coach, last week we talked a lot about your offensive line. This week, we saw a lot from your defensive line. They had a really great game.
Yes, ma'am. We take pride in the interior up front on both sides of the ball, and those guys are coached really, really hard in practice, and they respond really well, and it showed tonight.
How do you prepare your team for such an aggressive game like we had here tonight?
We preach physicality all the way back in June and July, and we say it every single day. We practice physical, we run physical, we play the game physical, we tackle, we block. Physicality is one of our pillars here at Tennessee High, and we really live on that, and the kids absolutely love it.
I heard Dowdell's name several times last week and this week. I feel like your line just opens up a spot for him to just run through.
Yes, ma'am. Again, we pride ourselves on upfront play, and those backs do a great job. They see where they got to go and they hit it. They run behind their pads, and everybody pushes the pile every time they can.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. We'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right, back to the guys.
All right, thanks, Leslie. All right, your final here tonight from Tennessee High is 37-14. We appreciate you guys sticking around here and watching us on Gridiron Game Day. We got 2 games for you next week, Thursday and Friday. Make sure you tune in for that pregame and all that fun jazz as well. So thanks for tuning in here tonight. For Michael Braddock up here in the booth with me, Leslie Blevins down on the sideline, and this fantastic BTES Power 7 crew. This has been a BTES production, your trusted source for energy and connectivity. My name is Ruben Ferry, and thanks, football fans, for joining us. It's been a thin slice of heaven.